Peru News Today, all you need to know about Peru. Pasamayo's accident. The police recover with a helicopter the last two bodies of the victims of the accident. After they recovered their daughter's body from the cliff on the Pasamayo coil, Marco Antonio Díaz went to hug the lifeguards. "All I wanted was to go with his remains. Now I can mourn her and bury her," he said while extending his hands to the agents. Indira Díaz, the oldest of Marco Antonio's daughters, was one of the bus passengers who fell into the abyss on Tuesday after being hit by a trailer. Until Wednesday night, the authorities had recovered 50 bodies from the abyss located on the Lima-Waco route. But the remains of the 22-year-old university student did not appear. The family of Indira was distraught and stood guard at the Chancay morgue. When they were told that no more bodies would arrive, they decided to go very early to the area of the accident to continue with this search. Marco Antonio was determined to hire scrap dealers to check the wreckage of the vehicle. Around 9 a.m. yesterday, the National Police made a helicopter overflight and detected two more bodies in the middle of the ravine. After more than 3 hours of work, the remains were lowered in baskets to the bay and then moved to the surface by helicopter. There, Indira's father recognized his daughter. The other recovered body was that of Ada Berga Henriad, 79 years old. His relatives were present, but they preferred not to declare to the press. Yesterday, part of the bus was also removed to verify that there were no more passenger remains. To fulfill this task, a front loader and steel cables were used. At 3:30 p.m., the head of the Lima Police Region, Victor Rucoba, confirmed that there were no more bodies in the area. The accident in Pasamayo left 52 dead and 6 injured. Preventive prison. The provincial prosecutor of Huaral, Fernando Escobar, asked the judicial power to issue 9 months of preventive detention for Christian Quilahuaman, driver of the trailer, for the alleged crime of culpable homicide to the detriment of the 52 victims. The hearing will be held today at 8:30 a.m. in the Court of Shift of Huaral. The Division of Investigation of Traffic Accidents of the PNP concluded that the biggest fault in the accident lies with Quilahuaman, as it partially invaded the opposite lane. According to the report, bus speeding and unsafe road conditions also maximized the tragedy. Closing the coil. The temporary closure of the Pasamayo coil for buses was made official yesterday, with the publication of Directorial Resolution 041-2018 in El Peruano. According to the norm, from today and until June of 2018, the passage of interprovincial coasters and buses through this sector of the highway is restricted, and now they must travel through the variant. The restriction begins at the height of km 44 of the Panamericana Norte in the direction from south to north, and at km 75 in the opposite direction. Transport Minister Bruno Jufra indicated that the trucks will continue to transit the coil while a third lane is being built in the variant. According to RPP, the concessionaire of the road was asked to reinforce the steel railings, which will allow the vehicles to bounce and not derail. Relatives of Kenny Villalobos Rojas, one of the survivors of the accident, reported that the company that owns the damaged bus has not informed them of the medical expenses it will cover. Villalobos, 27, is admitted to the Naval Hospital. It has fractures in arms, legs, and a vertebra. His brother Eric Villalobos said they are worried about his rehabilitation. In a statement, the company San Martin de Porres reported that they are committed to assisting the relatives and to assume the coverage of the injured until their recovery. They broadcast a number to provide assistance to families. El Comercio called several times, but they did not answer. Visit at www.perunewstoday.com. Also follow on Facebook and Twitter.